For example, in my country, we usually don't have any journalist who has some skills in religions, and especially in Shia Islam. So I think it will be very useful, and also journalists make the ideas about these all things in the world. So this would be very important for journalists to train here to know more about Shia Islam and about Iran.
You can participate in this class if you want to learn. They has class in Polish line. Then you can participate in it.
If you go back to Zoroastrian, you cannot find such a thing.
No, it's more.
Yes, because it was. But they think that it is a Zoroastrian tradition. Really, if you ask Iranian, they say this is Zoroastrian culture. Yes, I'm talking about pop culture. Yes, but it's happening here.
My name is Maria Lindqvist and I'm from Sweden. I'm connected to Uppsala University, which is the big university city in Sweden, and my topic, I'm a master's student, and my topic back home is theology and human rights. And I have chosen to focus on Islam and on Shia theology.
How long is your paper that you wrote?
My paper is about 12 pages.
Oh, Russian.
Yes,
Okay, nice. English.
Yes, in English.
Okay.
Because the conference once is limited just to
Right.
And we have had many discussions back home about the relationship between Sharia, Islamic law, and international human rights law. So for me, it has been a very nice experience to be here in Qom and to be able to firstly learn more about Shia theology, like the basics of Shia theology, because it's quite difficult. A lot of the academic work that it's done on Islam in the West, it focuses on the Sunni strand of Islam. So it's been very nice to learn more about the Shia, 12-er Shia tradition. And also to be able to discuss the relation between human rights and religion. Because what I find interesting with this school and with other universities in Qom that I have had the chance to and the opportunity to talk to is that you approach questions of human rights and on women's rights from a Shia perspective. And for me, this is new learning. I didn't know about this before, so it's been very interesting to twist and turn these questions with you.
Any questions for Dr. Abu?
I prefer to tell something about my own subject to be discussed in our session. My subject concerns the concept of imamate, al-imama, in Shia theology, and we will give.
Again, on behalf of the University of Religions, I would like to say thanks again to the professors and our foreign minister.
We have had a very full schedule. We have had classes every day. They have all been very good, I think. Different perspective on Shia thought. And we have had many activities at night and in the morning also. They have taken us to Well, I remember we went to Jamkaran Mosque, which was a very nice experience to me. And just spending time here in Qom, it's common for researchers from Sweden to stay in Tehran when they go to Iran. But I chose to be here in Qom, and I'm very happy about it because it's been very nice to get to know this city more. And I'm happily surprised, to be honest, about the qualities of this city. So I have really enjoyed my stay, and I hope that there will be more opportunities for exchanges like this between, hopefully, my university and this university.
Having been trained in the West, first in Italy and then in the UK, and now working in the US, studying Islamic studies, is wonderful to be here, to be in Iran, in Qom specifically, to learn about Shia Islam from a Shia perspective, attending classes with scholars that are both trained in the Hausa, so they're Ayatollahs, and trained in Western universities has been an invaluable experience in receiving both perspectives. And it's helping me placing my own understanding into much better understanding and perspective.
My name is Ahmed Shihab, and I'm originally from the United States of America. In common mainstream discourses on Islam, the focus is on the Sunni understanding. However, given the recent advance of ISIS in Syria and Iraq, there has been much attention given to Shia Islam, and the sect is commonly misunderstood. To repel these misconceptions, the best place to come is to Iran. In the heart of Iran is Qom, where the Islamic seminary is based, and where scholarship on Shia Islam is produced firsthand by those who are adherents to the sect and who believe in the sect.
I am Roberto Olmi from Italy. I work in the External Relations Service of the European Union, and so I have been dealing with relations with Iran over the last 4 years, and otherwise I'm in the Middle East North Africa department. So I was interested to follow this seminary on Shiite studies, I had already followed another training, or it was rather a workshop on Sharia, on the compatibility between Sharia and Western law and the issue of human rights. So I think this is complementary. And I was most interested also in political aspects. So we had a session on the political thought in Shiism. We discussed many issues like the value of fatwas in politics. I missed a little what was in the draft program, which was a session on the geopolitics of Shiites.
And in fact, like the Ummah always had like people who would who they can turn to, and it's not like directly God Himself, but like either the sheikh or like of a mosque, for example, like or the imam, or any other kind of interrelative. So what would you say to that, like imama and monotheism?
For me, to study, to attend this course is very important because in Georgia we really don't have any possibilities to know more about Shia Islam, and especially to experience these all things which we had here in Qom and in Iran. And also not only for me, so for Georgian Muslims there is no possibility in the country to study their religion. So. But my point is that it would be really good for journalists to have some course, some short course.
1,700 person, ISIS killed this person from Shia. The media didn't say anything about that. But after that, when the ISIS killed some Christians, when I said this events to the Mladinov said to me, yes, as you said, yes, the media said this event. Yeah.
Several. Just take them.
هي في بيتي. أجمل مؤسسة.
The cheese? Just a moment, please.
When you come to this trip, you will first live in the city of Qom. You will go visit the shrines, and you will see for yourself and interact with other Shia Muslims. And you will learn about their doctrines, beliefs, and systems. And you will experience the sect as it's practiced by its followers. That is the great advantage of this program.
I am Ahmed Ejazuddin Ramtali from the island of Mauritius. The short-term course on Shia studies has been a lifetime experience for me, and I can say that this course has been very beneficial to me. It has been a brain-racking and soul-searching experience. Furthermore, when I traveled to Iran, it has been an opportunity for me to stay in Qom and to live with the people here, and also to visit the important places and to go as a pilgrim to the shrines. It was also an opportunity for me to interact and to correlate and synthesize materials with my colleagues who have come from various parts of the world, and also it was an excellent opportunity to listen to the luminaries of the University of Religion here in Qom. I can tell you that the various aspects that have been covered were very enriching, they were enjoyable. We have been able to share our ideas, and at the same time we have learned a lot about what is Shia Islam. There are many things that divide the Muslim communities in the world, but we have learned how our differences can be bridged. And this course has given me the opportunity to understand thoroughly what Shia Islam is about.
But this had another name during the shop.
Yeah, Shia Abbas. Yeah, Jama Abbas, yeah.
Of course, there was the cultural part, how wonderful it was to again be able to stay in Isfahan, to see again so the most important monuments of the Safavid period and the previous periods, in particular the Friday Mosque, and to stroll in the bazaar, meet the people, and with their the usual kindness and hospitality of the Iranians, which shows so that they are very ancient civilizations.
My name is Aurora. I'm from Spain. I'm a student of a master in medieval Spanish studies. So actually I don't study about Islamic world in itself, but I'm interested in this kind of studies. I have been doing some courses, some postgraduate courses about this. And we have a problem in Spain with Shia studies because actually we don't have a subject that is called Shia studies. During the bachelor, we have a subject in history that is called Al-Andalus and the Islamic world, but we only have like a week explaining what is Shia. So we don't know, in my university at least, we don't know a lot about this, and there is no one that studies only about Shia, because in Spain all the history is about, all the Islamic history or the Islamic past is about Al-Andalus, that was the Spanish Islamic past. So it's like we have our own Islamic past and we don't look to the Middle East. So, well, I cannot talk about sources or about books that I have read about this, and I cannot talk about how is the study of the level of the Shia studies in Spain if you compare to the rest of the world. But the idea that I had has changed totally, because now I understand a lot of things that I was not able to understand before, and now I think that I know, also I know in a way that I was not expected to know what is Shia, because now I know the own perspective, and it's good. I mean, this course has been amazing because of that, also because I think that in general we didn't expect the level of, it's not the level, the mind of the university. This university is open-minded, or more open-minded than what we expected about religions, about how they study the religions, and about how Shia is presented to us.
I think the program was very interesting. Like contents-wise, it like contained most of the things I was interested in, like history of Shia thought and yeah, ethics and political Shia and stuff, but also the practices and rituals that the people would conduct, like during Ashura, for example. So there were these 2 times of like learned Islam and like the Islam of the people themselves. That was pretty interesting and a good program. What I'm personally also interested into mysticism and Sufism, so that would be something that could also like have been emphasized a little more in the program, but the program as such was very good and interesting. And the program like beyond the class was also very well organized and very interesting. So we went to the Holy Shrine here in Qom and to very interesting library and to the bazaar. So we also got to know like the city of Qom and yeah, its facilities better, like after class. And one evening we were also invited to a family, which I unfortunately couldn't attend because I had to do some stuff. But like the program after class was also very well organized, and it was very interesting.
I would like to say something both about the seminar in Qom and our cultural program in Isfahan and now in Tehran. Of course, we went also to the Armenian Vank Cathedral, and thanks to Nowruz, we had the opportunity to visit also the Bethlehem Church, which is also absolutely wonderful. After that, we met with the Armenian Patriarch, and we had a very interesting discussion about, he briefed us about the situation of the Armenians in Iran. We talked, we also touched upon the 100th anniversary of the Armenian genocide. Then we went to a Catholic Mass in North Tehran, and after the Mass we had an interesting discussion with Don Luigi, an Italian priest who is here since decades. He's a sort of historical memory of the Catholics, and he also gave us very interesting informations.
And in Iranian people, in religions in general, and in Islam particular, and in Shiism, much more particularly, which is, of course, appreciated, and I appreciate that.
So we went to the synagogue in Isfahan, and I must say that although I have been to some historical synagogues where I visited like monuments, like the old synagogue in Prague or several synagogues in Venice, who are not open to the cult anymore, It was the first time in my life that I attended a Jewish Shabbat celebration, and I had to come to Iran to do it. So it was really a strong impression, and really grateful. Then we also met with a Zoroastrian priest. We had a long discussion. He told us the fundamentals of the Zoroastrian faith. So it was a good complement. I had already been to Yazd and Chakchak, so I had visited some, I had seen the Zoroastrians in their habitat. So I am most grateful to the University of Religions of Denominations, and I hope to be back very soon.
همبستگی و دوستی بدون تعصب و پیوزی اون جایگاه انسانی رو کره زمین جای
I hope that we can a good existence for all of the peoples in all of the world.
without extremism
Without any prejudice.
نیست چیزی به غیر از انجام و عمل در اندیشه و گفتار و کردار.
There isn't anything except three rules that I explained. Thank you.